And now, what is slash and burn? Slash and burn agriculture is the process of cutting down the vegetation of a particular plot of land, setting fire to the remaining foliage, and using the ashes to provide nutrients to the soil for use of planting crop. Say a tribe lives here. They set a fire to this and use the ashes. Now, the soil needs some fallow to grow some nutrients back, but they need to feed the entire tribe. So, they move here or anywhere in the forest and cut down and set fire to this region. This way, we are damaging most of the rainforest, but we are also following this one. So it's kind of good and kind of bad because we're destroying loads of trees, but we are still the field. The cleared area following slash and burn, also known as Sweden, is also used for a relatively short period of time, and then left alone for a longer period of time so that the vegetation can grow again. For this reason, this type of agriculture is known as shifting cultivation. As we can see, that shows us that the trees are being cut down. As you can see, there's an axe over here and there's a tree. And the second stage shows us that the trees which could be used are left alone, and the trees which don't need to be used and are easy to cut are cut down and laid aside. It's laid aside for a couple of days or months, and then as a third step, we burn the forest or the plot of land. Then the ashes give us a plentiful of nutrients that we could farm with. So we can farm the crops in step 4 and get some really high yield. It indirectly says that slash and burn agriculture is mainly used near the equatorial regions over here. Many critics claim that slash and burn agriculture contributes to a number of reoccurring problems specific to the environment. They include deforestation, erosion, nutrient loss, biodiversity loss. The negative aspects about are interconnected, and when one happens, typically other happens as well. These issues may come about because of irresponsible practices of slash and burn agriculture by a large amount of people. Knowledge of the ecosystem of the agriculture skills could prove very helpful in the safe, sustainable use of slash and burn agriculture. Now, let's go through all of them in detail. 1. Deforestation. When practiced by a large group of populations, or when fields are not given sufficient time for a vegetation to grow back, there is a temporary or permanent loss of forest cover. 2. Erosion. When fields are slashed, burnt, and cultivated next to each other in rapid succession, root and temporary water storages are lost and unable to prevent nutrients from leaving the area permanently. 3. Nutrient loss. For the same reasons, fields may gradually lose the fertility they once had. The result may be desertification, a situation in which land is infertile and unable to support the growth of any kind. 4. Biodiversity loss. When plots of land area are cleared, the various plants and animals that live there are swept away. If a particular area is the only one that holds the particular species, Slash and burning could result in the extinction of that species. Because of slash and burn agriculture, which is often practiced in the tropical regions where biodiversity is extremely high, endangerment and extinction may be magnified. What is slash and burn? Slash and burn is when we set fire to a plot of land in the hope of using the ashes so that we could have some fertile pieces of land so that we could feed great amounts and richer food. Why does slash and burn occur? Slash and burn occurs because in many tropical regions there are LADCs, and LADCs mean less economically developed countries, and they don't have enough money to feed themselves. Hence, most of them are subsistence farmers, which means they farm for themselves or feeding their family. So, they use this method so that loads of their families benefited. Also, they could sell these food to the market, which could give them high prices. Where does slash and burn mostly happen? It happens near the equatorial region. It's mainly because that's where the LADCs are present, as I said in the previous answer. What are the causes of slash and burn? Slash and burn are caused by many reasons. Some of them include: it is very cheap and doesn't involve a lot of effort. It gives us high and top quality crops. It only takes 2 pieces of land to produce an awesome crop or an awesome yield, and the food which is grown in there can be sold for really high prices. What are the consequences of slash and burn? Slash and burn could cause loads of consequences. For example, there is deforestation, we have erosion, nutrient loss, and biodiversity loss. All of them are really bad, but we can still keep human race going on. Henceforth, it is a good method of farming.